Hey guys, Catering Saul here, back at you with another Thrift with Me video. Today we're going to hit up 4 or 5 thrift stores. Let's get started. Here's thrift store number 1 for this video. As you can see, $50 for a Wii gaming set. The reason I got it had Wii Sports Resort. Well, actually, I guess not. Had Wii Sports in it. I did actually take this around and found out that there was a Wii Sports Resort in the actual console as well. Also picked up this little thing right here. This Samus and Nepal has been decent lately. This is the one on Starring Lane, I believe, if you're in Baton Rouge. Also came with some other random accessories, but I mainly got it because it had those two games, Wii Sports Resort and Wii Sports. It's in a Chewy box. At first, I wasn't even sure what it was. I had to go find a cart. They don't usually have very many carts at this store, unfortunately, so I had to go, kind of scrounge around and find one, but eventually someone finished checking out, and I was able to find it. That box was really heavy. It had that the Wii Sports board in it, so it weighed a ton. I'm not going to do anything with the board. That backpack, if you can find Kelty, it can be a decent brand, but I have one or two that I haven't even listed yet, so I'm not going to pick up another one until I actually go through the process of listing it and finding a way to ship it. To me, the best way to ship those is to put them in a big bag and ship them like that. They're pretty sturdy. Looking through the plush, sometimes I'll dig to the bottom. I should do that every time I see one piled up like this. Right now, there's not very many there, at least last time I checked. But on this day, I don't think I find any plush that I'm interested in. Keep looking at this. This is always like the new cart that has random stuff on it. I found stuff here before, decent stuff. Nothing too great, though, on this cart. But this is usually the first thing I go to when I come into the store. Prices are actually pretty good here. I don't know if you can see any of those prices or not. That's like a little kid thing. I don't buy it. I don't think it had much of resale value. That's what it is. Glove? Yeah, disposable gloves. I debated getting those if it was, COVID time still. And I know COVID's still actually a thing. But if it was as crazy as it was back in 2020, I might have bought those because my mom uses those a lot for her mom in the, I guess, assisted living area. And the caretakers also use them. So maybe would have got those then, but not any use for those now at least. I think from here I go back to my cart and go along the wall, which is where they put all their stuff over there on the wall. So they usually have it organized by sections, whether it be seasonal or other. So yeah, that's it for this clip. I think just showing y'all some of the Christmas selections, the toys. There's Halloween. They actually have it pretty well organized. This is one of my favorite stores actually to go into because they have it organized so well, and most of the stuff is actually priced decently cheap. So yeah, that's it for this clip. Let's go to the summary where I'm gonna talk about what I found, which is mainly the Wii Sports, but also that little CD player. So this is St. Vincent de Paul. I go to the thrift store once or twice a week when I'm actually going to thrift stores a lot. This last month has been crazy busy with going to Arkansas, then having my niece in for a week, and then having my brother and my nephew and my niece all in for the week. So I haven't been going to thrift stores at all. So this is kind of old footage, but at least a couple of these items in this video have sold, not in this clip. But first thing you'll see is a Wii gaming system for $50. Usually, if it's just the Wii, that's what the Wii sells for. So it's not worth it, obviously. But whenever I can get that many games with it, y'all saw I opened up the Wii Sports Resort and there was Wii Sports in there. Well, when I actually plugged in the console and ejected the disc, it was Wii Sports Resort. So I got both Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. I was able to do that in the actual store, plug it into the wall and press the eject and saw that the game was in there, so I knew for sure. I probably wasn't going to buy it if I didn't get the Wii Sports Resort disc as well, because then it's more like you're just breaking even and selling one game. There were a couple more games in there, but none of them are really worth that much money. The other little thing was like a CD player, like vintage CD players, probably worth around $20 to $30. But yeah, the Wii stuff is what was really worth money there. So yeah, that's it for the first clip. Let's go to the next one. Now this is Purple Cow. Find one item, random thing, a rolling pin, Pioneer Woman rolling pin. This is like a floral Pioneer Woman rolling pin. It actually already sold for, I think, around $50 actually, so not bad for that. I randomly saw it in the kitchen section and decided to pick it up. Hey, y'all can see me. Y'all see me in the mirror. Always look for hats here. I've never actually found a great hat here, but they've always got hats right there. It's one of my first, either the first section I go to or the last section. That's a hat that I donated a long time ago, and it's still there. I guess no one, I think it's probably gone now as of, I'm recording this voiceover today, basically, as I'm filming this. I filmed this before I left to go to the 127 sale, the summaries before. I meant to put the video out, just been delaying it, been super busy, so I'm doing this at 6:30 a.m. on Thursday, as y'all are hearing this. So, yeah, the voiceover is like 2 or 3 weeks after the actual summary. But, yeah, this Purple Cow, debate that. Willow Tree stuff can be good sometimes. It's not the greatest items. I do put it back because I think they were asking too much in the comps. Just didn't make sense to pick it up and try and resell it. So, yeah, that's why I did pass on that guy. Or gal, I guess it's actually both guy and gal, but I do pick up the Pioneer Woman rolling pin, so it has some decent value there. I mean, obviously, I can't remember if it sold in the summary or not, but it has since sold, so if I don't say anything about that in the summary, it is sold. This is the silverware. I actually just picked up a big bunch of flatware yesterday, so yeah, I got some flatware coming. I don't know if I actually filmed it. I don't think I did. I've got so much footage right now that I don't need to be filming anything at thrift stores. So this is one of the items that sold so far. The one item y'all saw in this clip was the one that sold. This Pioneer Woman rolling pin, I really debated on picking this up. I was not going to, and then I decided to just look it up just for fun. I did a Google Lens, and it looked like it was selling pretty well. So it did sell for like 40 or 50, I think it sold for around 50 bucks plus shipping, something like that. I'll throw it up right here. I'm shipping this out today as I'm filming this. So I'm shipping this out on Monday. This video is probably coming out either this Thursday or next Thursday, depending on when y'all actually see it. I will be either at the Highway 127 sales or the Highway Byway sales. So it says Pioneer Woman right there. That's how you can tell that it is Pioneer Woman. I don't think it says the pattern on it, but I think it was some kind of floral pattern. All it says is China on there on the thing, so made in China. But yeah, rolling pin, pretty good sale there. I think I paid like $3 or $4 for that. So that's it for that clip. Let's move on to the next one. Back at the Purple Cow again. This day they had a ton of weights right here. Back during COVID, I actually sold the weights pretty well on eBay. You know, you just put them in a flat right envelope and ship them. I shipped like 40 pounds one time. Funny story, I do actually buy, that's the one item I buy, Tony La Russa. It's listed right now for like 75 plus shipping. Has one watcher as I'm filming this, or as I'm doing the voiceover. But yeah, what was I talking about? The weights. I would ship them in a flat rate envelope, and sometimes they'd get there, sometimes they wouldn't. If they didn't get there, I could put a claim in with USPS for lost mail or whatever, and I actually got paid out 2 or 3 times. So yeah, I mean, I would put them in a padded flat rate envelope, but I would tape them up so well that they'd have to do some work to actually break them. But yeah, this Purple Cow, this day they had a bunch of toys here. I mean, there's a bunch of like kids' baby toys. None of them are really that I could tell that are worth selling. This is also a bin of toys here with a bunch of random cars in it, and that had like, you know, action figures, maybe horses and stuff like that. None of it worth selling that I could tell, at least. I mean, if y'all see something that's worth it, let me know. It's not going to be there anymore because this was a long time ago, like 3-4 weeks ago probably at least. But yeah, and then they always have the plush bins here that I can look through. Random toy bags. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. I can't remember if I picked that up. I don't think I did, but I probably should have because I think it was pretty cheap. But I've got so much of that I haven't listed yet that I kind of just try and not list it, or I try and not pick it up until I've got what I have listed. So I don't know. Maybe I should have picked it up. Would y'all have picked it up? Let me know down below if you would have picked that bag of, like, I guess it looked like Shopkins of some kind of toys, obviously, little girl or boy toys, whichever one. This also, I think I do actually pick up the Transformers. So this one's at Purple Cow again, just like the rolling pin was. I found a Tony La Russa bobblehead. Usually Purple Cow doesn't overprice stuff like this. Now, by overprice, I mean have anything worth this much for a bobblehead. Usually for these, they put them, you know, less than $5, maybe even like $2. They must have done, for some reason on this one, they must have done some research because it sells for around $70 or $80. It hadn't sold yet. But that's why I paid $20 for it. Usually I will not pay $20 for something like that, but the prices that I was seeing in terms of comps made it look like it was worth it. Now it's going to sit for a little while, probably a couple months. This was probably a month ago when I bought it. I don't know if y'all saw the date on it or not, but the date, usually they put the date on there of when they actually put it out. So it's probably been sitting in my store for about a month now or so, maybe a little bit over a month. So hopefully it'll sell soon, and I will let y'all know when it sells. Let's go to the next clip. Here's a big bin of plush at one of the thrift stores I like to go to. Sorting through these, you see a Yoda there that I pass on. This is what I got. Jack Skellington Build-A-Bear has already sold. I don't think he sold it in the summary when I'm talking about it, but he sold for like 22 bucks plus shipping, I think. Yoda, that guy just sold as well. Baby Gan's little Foxy, Tyrant, and then some random Angry Birds plushies. The pig, like this bird, and then the flipping around bird. If you've ever played Angry Birds, you know what I'm talking about. That The Skylar one right there, the yellow and blue little whatever you call that. I can't remember what kind of bird it is, but it's in Elena of Avalar, I think is what it's from. It wasn't worth picking up. I shouldn't have paid that much for it. Unfortunately, it just wasn't worth it. This is they have glass here for super cheap. At least some glasses, not all of it. They have a bunch of. Sometimes they have DVDs. They haven't had a lot of these lately. I don't know. I guess they haven't been getting any donations for DVDs or whatever. But they're 10 for $1. So I mean, it's hard to pass up. But I should have picked up more of these probably. And the CDs are also 10 for $1. So if you're a whatnot person or somebody that likes to do media, it's probably a pretty good store to go to actually. I've never had too much luck there. I know Dawn used to go there a lot for glass, but I think she's trying to. Dawn Southern Finds is trying to stay away from clear glass, and that's a lot of the stuff they had for 10 cents each. So that's why I don't think she goes there nearly as much as she used to. There's more weights. Speaking of weights, at that last Purple Cow we were at, there's more weights at this one too. So I guess people are getting rid of weights. I guess once we get to the new year and people start having their resolutions of losing weight, then they might sell again. That little car has been there forever. If y'all saw the little car right there, that Mickey car, don't think it worked, which is why it's probably sitting. If it worked, people would actually pick it up. I assume one pick it up. It was pretty cheap. The glove wasn't worth picking up once I looked it up. Here's the summary. This day I find a bunch of plush. There was a huge bin in a warehouse of one of the thrift stores I go to. None of them will really cost that much. I've actually sold the Jack Skellington Build-A-Bear. Unfortunately, they never paid. So technically, it has been sold for $20, but the person never paid for it. So hopefully, it'll sell again, and they will actually submit payment. The other ones were Angry Birds plush. Usually these, if I see them and they're generic, like yellow or red birds, I'm not going to pick them up. The best ones for Angry Birds are the ones that are holiday themed. So the pig with either Santa Claus or Cupid wings or a pumpkin. Those sell for really well. The pumpkins sell for around $80 to $100, something like that. So if you see those, definitely pick them up. Usually it's called Angry Birds Seasons, I think is what it's called. Now, it could also be other than the pumpkins. They might have it for the birds as well, but usually the pumpkins are the ones I've seen it on. I picked up those birds because they were different types of birds, like the one that fly. I don't know if you ever played Angry Birds, one that flies and then comes backward, goes around, does like a boomerang. Picked that one up. I also picked up the other ones because they were super cheap. They were like 50 cents each, so I picked them up if they're that cheap. The Elena of Avalar plush, I think it was, I can't remember, that Skylar might have been that one's name. That really wasn't worth it. I thought it was. I paid $2 for it. I think I listed it for like 15, and it's probably going to sell for a little bit less than that. But yeah, that's it for that clip. Let's go on to the next one. Now we are back at Purple Cow again, where I find some vintage plush on this day. I always love picking up vintage plush, especially when they're actually worth something. Colorkins is what these are. Got the green and the orange one. They all have different names based on cameras. And then I got the yellow and the blue one. So yeah, some of them had tags, some of them didn't. Unfortunately, not all of them had tags, which probably would have helped them sell a little bit faster, but I think 2 out of the 4 that I picked up on this day had the tags. So as I go from there, I'm already looked at the toys, so that's why I'm not showing them to y'all. But yeah, keep going this way. There's the DVDs. Sometimes you can find video games in there. And this is the CDs. Unfortunately, the CDs aren't very easy to look through because, you know, they're all stacked like that. So in order to actually look through them, you have to get on top and then look at all the titles and see. Usually I'm looking for certain ones. I'll probably never find it again, but there's a Taylor Swift version that's worth a lot of money. The basically uncensored version of her first song, Picture to Burn. That CD is probably worth $40 to $50 or something like that. So if you can find that, definitely pick it up, obviously. I sold the case without the CD in it for $30 one time. So yeah, if you can find that one CD, it's worth money. I'm sure, obviously, there's more than that are worth money, but I don't always pick up CDs. I usually don't even look through them. At garage sales I will, but usually at thrift stores I don't really pay them too much attention. Unless I see, like, you know, a country version of, you know, if I see a bunch of country artists, then I'll look and see maybe I can find that Taylor Swift one, because back then that's when she was doing country music. So yeah, if I see like Garth Brooks, you know, people like that, I'll look. Now, obviously people like Garth Brooks probably aren't Taylor Swift fans, but you never know. You never know for sure. Yeah, so I keep looking here at this thrift store, looking at the hard goods and stuff, a bunch of plates and cups and bowls and other stuff. Most of that I'm not ever interested in. I have found Fiesta ware before, and I find some silverware sometimes, but on this day, I don't think I find much more. Collector's plates are another thing that you probably shouldn't be looking for. And this is the same thrift store, just the next day. Get that Piggly Wiggly plush and the little elephant. The main reason I'm including both of these in the same clip is I find 2 more of the Colorkins. So I find the pink and the red Colorkins as well. So now I have I don't know if it's a full set or not, but now I have 6 Colorkins plushies total. I can't remember if I picked up that hat or not. I don't remember. It's sitting there in the wrong section, but I don't remember if I picked it up or not. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did pick the hat up. I don't think it was really worth too much. I might have even put it back. I don't remember. This was so long ago, like a month ago. So yeah, my brain's, ever since I've been to the 127 and the highway byway sales and everything else, it's just been, I don't remember what's going on with some of these clips that I filmed like a long time ago. But I believe I did pick up that hat. Hats here are usually 99 cents, is the Purple Cow. So yeah, if I can find a hat for 99 cents, I'll pick it up for sure. Especially a cowboy hat like that that probably has a decent value to it. Probably, you know, $40 to $50. Now it's going to be, the bad thing about hats like that is they're not fun to ship because you have to find a big box to put them in. There's the more of the cups and clear glass there on the right. Sometimes if I can find it, I've never found glass baby. I'm going to manifest it. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to manifest that. I'm going to find it one of these days. Now I actually have to look in that. The problem is I have to actually look in that section to be able to find it. So I do kind of try and look, see if there's anything that looks unique when I'm looking in the glass section, but usually I don't even really pay it too much attention. A lot of this is the same stuff as the last clip because it's only a day or two later. Obviously, if I find the same Colorkins plush, those little bowls are the same. That guy is probably the same. I've seen that guy a lot, and I've never really found he has much value. There's the same plates and stuff. So yeah, that's it for this clip. We're gonna go to, this is actually the last video for this one. We're gonna go to the summary, and I'll show y'all what the Colorkins plushies sold for. They actually sold for a decent value. So yeah, that's it for the last clip. So in these two clips, two different trips to this Purple Cow, I pick up Kodak Colorkins plush. The first one I picked up 4 of them, and I listed those for like $30, and they set for about a couple days before I went to Purple Cow again and saw the other 2, picked them 2 up, redid the listing, and then I think they sold for like $39 plus shipping. I think I'll throw it up here. Might have been, I can't remember what this is. They either sold for $30 or $40 plus shipping. I paid like 50 cents each for those, I think. The lady gave me a really good price for those. She never heard of them before, Kodak Colorkins. They came out in the early 90s. Who would have known? I mean, it was like Snap, Shutter, Flutter. It's like all named after different things that you think of when you think of a camera. Flash, maybe one of them. But yeah, those 6 sold for pretty good money. Also picked up that Piggly Wiggly mascot plush. Hadn't sold yet. I thought it would already sell by now. Maybe I need to look at my pricing and see what my pricing is wrong. The little elephant, I picked him up just because the comp showed that he sold for around 20, and I paid like 50 cents for him, so he might sit for a little while, but he doesn't take up much space. I try to not pick up bigger plush now unless I know the sell-through rate's going to be good, because they just sit and they take up a ton of space. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope y'all liked it. Just trying to get a Thrift with me out while I'm going to be gone to the 127 sales and the highway byway sale. So yeah, got 2 videos coming out. One's a storage unit, one is this one. Not sure which one's going to come out first. Storage unit will probably be the first because it's going to be easier to edit. It's always easier to edit the storage unit videos. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like. Comment on your favorite sale. Mine's going to be the Colorkins because this is a plush sale, and it's fun to pick up vintage plush and sell them pretty fast. Once I got the 6 of them up at one time, they sold pretty fast. And subscribe and subscribed. Thanks for watching.